Welcome back to my channel. My name is Alicia. In today's video, we're going to be testing out a Glamlite palette. Now, I picked up the pizza palette. I actually picked up 3 palettes during Black Friday, and I forgot to mention those in my haul, but I picked up the pizza, the burger, and the taco palette. So I wanted to do the pizza palette first. I actually let my daughter pick what I was filming today, and this is what she picked. But this is the packaging that it comes in. This retails for $40 normally. It's on sale currently for $20, and Glamlite in general runs sales frequently during holidays. So if you wanted to pick anything up from them, I would kind of try to base it on a holiday and check their website. Glamlite palettes are only available on Glamlite's website to my knowledge. They've got a lot of like fun food-based palettes. They've got like a donut palette, a cake palette, taco palettes. They've just came out with like some drink type palettes, like a martini, some other ones. I'm not a big drinker, but they do have just like fun ideas, like things that you don't see anywhere else. But this is the palette itself, freaking huge, right? And then you open it up, got a huge mirror. This does flip all the way back, so you can lay this flat on your desk whenever you are working in it. But you have got 18 different shades. They're all like topping based names. So you've got like mushrooms, green peppers, extra cheese, pepperoni, Kalamata olives, ham, marinara, black olives, hot sauce, sausage, basil, prosciutto, garlic, bacon, pineapple, red onion. So they're all, it's just like fun, you know what I mean? So I'm not going to swatch all of these, but I am going to give you just a few swatches of ones that I think are fun. Now, I think this one would probably be hard to formulate, this green. All right, I'm just going to give you guys 5 swatches, just because it would take me forever to swatch all those out. All right, so holy hell, that was pigmented. And that is like that neon type of an orange color. So that's kind of a harder one to formulate. Let's see about this green. Okay. Well, I guess it's actually kind of like a teal. All right, and then this is going to be funky. I don't normally use my thumb. Stop it. I knew I was going to love that shade. I love shades like that in general, like plummy, brownish type of a shade. Oh, so freaking gorgeous. So those swatched amazing. In this palette, you are getting a lot more mattes than you are shimmers. There are only 3 shimmers in this palette. All right, so again, here is this palette, and this shade, and this shade are your only shimmers. Everything else is matte, which doesn't bother me. Like, I think you're going to be able to get a lot more looks, a lot more depth with that. So that does not bother me at all. I actually prefer more mattes than shimmers. So yeah, we are going to go ahead and get right into the look. All right, we are going to go ahead and start with that eye look. Look at this freaking packaging, right? This thing is like bigger than my head. But this is what the outer packaging looks like. So cute. Definitely not like practical, you know, but this is just like a fun palette. This is like a collector's palette. It's even got like the toppings on there. I don't know if you can see all that. But yeah, on the back, you've got a picture of the palette itself. Now, this palette comes with 18 different shades, as you can see here. This is offered, I think, only on Glamlite's website. And then this is the palette here. So freaking cute. Looks like a pizza. But yeah, 18 delicious toppings. So yeah, I let my daughter pick what I used today. It was between this and the Pat McGrath, what's it, Midnight Sun, I believe is what it's called. But yeah, this comes with a big mirror. You can see, look at all those brushes I use, guys. But comes with a big mirror, and then here are your shades here. I'm gonna go ahead and take this little cover off. right, and I have an interview today, so I definitely am going to stick more, we're going to try to make this look work appropriate. And I think overall, this color story really is work appropriate. I mean, you've got a few bright shades, you know, you've got this little green peppers here, red onions, hot sauce. You've got some shades that are more poppy, but like these pinks, I mean, this one might be a little bit bright, prosciutto, but I think overall, like, this is a very neutral type of a palette, in my personal opinion. I think those few bright shades kind of throw you off and make it look more intimidating maybe than it is. So what I'm going to try to do is stick with like this like orangey color, and of course some of the greens. So I cannot wait to dip into greens. Greens are one of my favorite colors to wear on the lids. So I've got my eyelids prepped with my MAC Painterly Paint Pot as usual. I think I'm going to pull you guys in a little bit closer so you can get more of an up close look. Ooh, we are really up close. All right, so I think I'm going to start off with this garlic shade here. I think that would be just like a good like overall setting shade. Very little like kick up from this palette. All right, so I'm just gonna take a big blending brush. Yeah, so you see how there's not really much color there. It's because that's like about the same color as my skin. So that's what I'm saying. If you're somebody that puts on eye primer and then you like set that down so you've got like a nice canvas, this would be a good shade to set that all down with. And again, that was this garlic shade here. Now, I didn't get too much from that. I'm gonna go ahead and go into this one right here, which is Extra Cheese. Again, that same brush, and literally there is no kick up on that shade either. All right, so got a little pigment on this one. So something funny, just talking about pizza, it makes me think of my son. He hates cheese. Like, he does not like cheese on his burger. He does not like cheese on his salads. Kid does not like cheese, but yet he loves pizza. And I've told him, I'm like, Kyle, a pepperoni pizza has got cheese on it. I don't know, such a weirdo. Okay. So that is nicely pigmented, blending out just fine. I don't have any complaints so far. All right. It's not being weird anywhere. So I like that. And I didn't mention this, but there are a ton of mattes in this palette. If you love like neutral toned mattes or just all matte looks in general, I think you will really enjoy this palette. There are only, what, 1, 2, 3 shimmers in the whole palette. So you've got 15 mattes, 3 shimmers. So there's a lot you can do with this palette for sure. All right, so we've got that shade down. Now, what I think I'm gonna do, let's see, I kind of want like a more like sharp, detailed type of a line. So I think I'm gonna go in with this pencil brush. I think I may end up switching brushes, but for right now, I'm gonna go in with this one. And I'm gonna go into this Basil shade here, which is like an army, like grungy green, all of that goodness. Okay, I'm gonna tap this one off. And basically, I'm just placing this literally directly in the crease. Directly in the crease. I hope I was not blocking you guys. So basically, I am wanting this look. I think that the green and the orange go very nicely together, like those two shades. But I really want it to be kind of like a harsh line. I just want it to be very defined where those two colors stop. I will blend it out slightly, but that's really kind of what I'm going for. Now I'm going to take this shade as well and just pack a tiny bit of that in this outer corner over here. All right, and now, as you could have guessed, I'm going to go in with my finger and I'm going to go into this shade right here called Jalapenos. My father-in-law calls this Jalapenos, so that kind of always just sticks with me. I usually call it that now. All right, and I'm just pressing this on the lid. Super pigmented. So nice. I think I'm going to take this brush right here that we were doing the detailing with, and I'm not adding any additional product. If there's any remnants left on here, that's all that's on this. And just ever so slightly, right where we did that line, I'm just kind of going over it a little bit higher than we were and blending it out like ever so slightly. Okay, and then with this little brush, I'm gonna go back into that extra cheese, like orange shade, and I'm just gonna go over those edges with this. I want it to be, I definitely want the orange to show through, basically, is what I'm saying. I think that is where I'm going to end it. I'm gonna go ahead, clean this up, do my other lid, and then we'll be back to do the lower lash line / final thoughts. All right, I've got most of my makeup done. I'm gonna go ahead and run you through what I've got on the rest of my face. For the base, I've got on the Smashbox Studio Skin 24-Hour Hydro Foundation. I have barely got anything left in this. I'm in shade 1.0. This is not my favorite foundation by any means, but I'm a creature of habit, so I have just been using it consistently. I mixed in the Urban Decay Liquid Illuminator from the Prince collection, and I freaking love this. I keep saying it in every video, but it is so good, and I am not a liquid illuminator person. So for my concealer, I use the Tarte Shape Tape. I have mine in 12N, super high coverage. Like, if you want to cover something up, you need the tiniest little bit, and it goes such a long way. I've got on the Urban Decay All Nighter Setting Powder. This is just in the Prince limited edition packaging, but the product itself you can still get. For my bronzer, I pulled out one that I love so much. It really makes me mad that you cannot get Marc Jacobs Beauty anymore. Like, are they coming back out with Marc Jacobs Beauty? Marc Jacobs makes some of my very favorite eyeshadow palettes. Their beauty products, what the hell, Marc Jacobs, like, come back out with it. But yeah, I have got this right here. This is fantastic, a classic bronzer. Love it so much. And then for my highlighter, another classic. This is MAC Whisper of Guilt. Such a good one. If you like highlighters, I would highly recommend this one. So freaking bomb. And then for my blush, I've got on the Persona. This is in Terracotta. I think she's got like a 5 days of Christmas or something coming up. And I believe on the 10th, I believe on Friday, she's got these two for 30, I believe. And I think normally they're like 22. So that's a really good deal. And if she had more colors, I definitely would be hopping on that train. I'm pretty sure she only has the 3 shades still. And I have all 3 of those shades. But Caramel and Georgia are my favorite. So if you're wanting to check those out, highly recommend those 2 shades. All right, I think that catches us up. I did my brows with the Anastasia Dip Brow Pomade in medium brown. And that gets us caught up. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and do the lower lash line. And guys, I was just looking at some of these colors when I was doing the rest of my makeup, and they are so freaking gorgeous. Like, wait, no, that's meatballs. Meatballs, Kalamata olives. Like, these are such rich, deep, like grungy, earthy type of tones. This palette is right up my alley. Love it so much. Also, this mushrooms color, you see how it's like a grayish purple? Love that. This bacon shade, like, y'all, there's some good shades in this one. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and for the lower lash line, I'm going to go into Basil, which was that like matte army green that we were using. Taking that on a smudger brush, I am gonna tap that off. We've already got our base done, and I'm gonna put this right along the lashes. And again, I'm just bringing this in like halfway. I'm gonna build this color up just a little bit because I really love that army green. Even if you just did like an all matte army green, just this color all over your lid into the crease. Fire! Okay, so got that on. Now, all right, I'm gonna go in with a pencil brush, and the only thing I'm gonna do is go into Extra Cheese, that orange shade that we used, and this I'm gonna put all over the lower lash line. So I'm kind of putting this right at the edge of that green because I do still want that green to show through. Like, I'm definitely not trying to cover up that green. And you can see this dusting off when I tap it, but in the pan, you have no kick up. So I love that. Like, kick up doesn't bother me, but you're gonna go through your eyeshadows a lot faster if they're more loosely pressed. Sometimes when they're more tightly packed in there, you don't get as much pigment. Like, it's harder to pick the product up, but as you can tell, there's no issue picking it up. And everything is, you know, showing up. Everything is sticking out on its own. Like, nothing is like muddying together. As far as the performance goes of these shadows, I am very impressed. Okay, so there is that. I'm really liking this look. I love a good grungy look, especially in the fall winter time. For my inner corner highlight, I am going to pop on some of this. And I think I'm just gonna wipe that off. And I'm going to just go into here. And this is more kind of like a bronzy, glowy type of a highlight, which is why I wanted to pick this. I just think it would look so good with greens and oranges. Okay. All right, so that is the eye look. I'm gonna go ahead, finish up the other eye. I will say, if I wasn't going to work, I would definitely take this pineapple shade right here, and that would be my inner corner, just like a bright, like yellowish type of a deal. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and do the other eye, and then we'll be back for the final thoughts. All right, this is the final makeup look. I really enjoyed this look. I have no problems wearing this to work, wearing this out in public. Good to go. As far as the lips go, I do just want to mention I put on MAC's Oak lip liner, and I paired that with MAC Shrimpton. Love Shrimpton so much, and I think it goes really good with this look. Now, let's talk about this palette. So, huge A. It's not very like, I flipped this over and I just laid it on my desk and I was just dipping into the shades that I was using. So using it that way was very easy, but like holding it up and trying to use it, I don't think that that's very practical. Like I can't see, you know, like with other palettes you would use just like holding this and applying it that way. Now I will say you can see your whole entire face in this mirror. Huge mirror. I think overall, like the idea of it is very just like fun and unique. It's not something that you find every day. However, it's not something you're going to find every day in the stores either. If you want this palette, like I said, I'm pretty sure the only place you can get this is on Glamlite's website. Now, this palette retails for $40, but Glamlite has sales all the time. So currently, this palette is on sale for $20, half off. I'm sure on their website, like if you spend X amount of dollars, you get free shipping. So that is what I did when I picked up these palettes. I picked up the pizza, the burger, and the taco palette, which I forgot to mention in my Black Friday haul. But I do have all three of those palettes. I would say color story wise, this one is probably my favorite. The burger one is also really good as well. We'll get into those later. But I will say that I really do love this color story. I think this is a good everyday color story. Like I said, these little pops of color here, I think throw it off. But if you were to cover those shades up, like this is a pretty like neutral type of a palette, right? I also like that there are a lot more mattes than there are shimmers. I love that you've got a black so you can deepen things up. You have got some darker browns, so you can do like dark brown smoky eyes. I think that these colors go very well together. I think it was a nicely thought out palette, like reds, and so like this color would go great with that purple. Like reds and purples go great together. Oranges and greens go great together, sorry. But yeah, I just think overall the color story really works. And looking at this palette, I'm not intimidated at all. I look at this and I see, oh, I want to do this look and I want to do that look. I can do this look. All I see are ideas when I look at this. So it's very inspiring to me. Also, as far as these colors go, those would just be great, like lower lash line pops of color. So I think you could use them that way as well. I am very pleased with this. Again, there was no kick up in the pan. Everything blended out seamlessly. Super easy to work with. No fallout on my face. I would say that this one is a good one. It is big and bulky. It is going to be hard to store. The packaging, like I said, is so cute, and I will keep this packaging because it's just adorable. But yeah, I mean, other than that, like storing it, that would probably be my biggest critique, is storing it. But yeah, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll catch you in my next one. Bye, guys.